we were notified of something amazing from the mid-season finale of Season 10, and I think that this could actually be true. We're going to break this down, whether or not Carol is losing her mind. Coming up. Welcome to NocBro Nation, guys. Yes, let's talk about Carol. Did she hallucinate seeing Alpha in the final sequence of the mid-season finale of Season 10? And that is something that I never thought about, and I don't think anybody's really talking about it. So somebody in the comments mentioned that they heard it from somebody else that Carol actually hallucinated seeing Alpha. Now, when I went back and looked at this scene, I think that this is 100% true. We are going to break this down, and we're going to show you so we know. So I can tell you my theory as to why. Yeah, you'll have to, because I watched the scene again, and we'll talk about it. But first, let's do some background. Why is this being brought up? Why do we think that she may have hallucinated this? Well, early in the season, we know that Carol was going through a lot of emotional distress. She wasn't sleeping. I don't think she was eating that much, but her body was not in very good condition. She was even taking pills to stay awake. And we found herself hallucinating a number of things. A lot of things, yes. Which made Daryl kind of lose his trust in her. And he, during this last sequence, he wanted everyone to stay together because he doesn't trust her going out on her own or turning his back. And that's one line that he says in the cave is, "I can't turn my back on you anymore." And that is why I think when I get into the theory as to why this happened is I just don't think there's a level of trust there yet. She kind of opened up to Daryl for a little bit, saying that it's hard for her to do it. And he's like, "You have to try." And, we know they have a close relationship, but he can see that she's struggling. She's falling apart. Or was. With vengeance. Was falling apart. So she did not hallucinate the Whisperer that had trapped her in the auditorium. That was real. In the gym. That was real. Real. But still, there was enough evidence before that really made us see that, literally she had a conversation with Daryl that didn't happen. That's bad. That's really bad. And, going back to Daryl, he knows there wasn't just all of this hallucination and her losing her freaking mind that causes him to worry, but she lied to him. Yeah, she definitely did. So, guys, I will show you kind of basically what I'm talking about so you guys can understand why I feel that she possibly hallucinated this entire thing. So I'll be the devil's advocate. Yeah. I will give you evidence as to why I believe it's not hallucination, that it is real, that she did see Alpha. Okay. So as we get into this scene, as she's looking out, look at everyone behind her, okay? Daryl is looking in the exact same location, okay? There's Alpha. Daryl turns his head away. Do you see that? He turns his head. Now, even in the background, Connie actually leaned over. And I think what she was doing was leaning over to see, what is Carol looking at, right? She didn't see anything. So Connie went back to her normal position. And they don't start running until they see Carol running. And that's why I think it's not real, is because Daryl is looking at that exact same point. And he turns away and looks in another direction. I don't think it's there. So that is damning evidence. The reason why I say that is because, I actually didn't catch Daryl look away after because he's going like this, as you can see. He's looking in the distance, and then he turns and looks away. And then because here's the deal. If he's looking like this and he's looking in the distance and he sees Alpha, he is not going to take his eyes off of Alpha once he's connected with her. Yeah. So he even turns his head all the way around and starts looking in other places. So I know I said that I was going to play devil's advocate here. I'm not sure what they were doing when they were filming this, because to me, the evidence points to the other characters there do not see her. Daryl and Connie were the only two that had a clear view of where she's looking. Yeah. And they did not react until Carol started running. Yeah. And so then it gets into the 10B promo trailer of some of the words that are spoken between Daryl and her. He says, "I can't take my eyes off you I can't turn my back on you anymore." She says, "I never meant for any of this to happen."
And that's where I'm wondering if she's finally breaking down and she's telling the group, I don't think I actually saw her. She didn't really exist.
She could be saying, I didn't mean to instinctively go after Alpha when I saw her. When I saw Alpha, it was a switch. I'm full of vengeance, and when I saw her, a switch and a fuse just blew up in me.
Right.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Yeah.
That's what she could be saying.
Right.
But, I definitely see your point of view. Let's look at it from Alpha's side.
Mm-hmm.
What's Alpha doing out there alone?
Exactly. Was that her real plan?
Now, I know I'm switching back over to your side here, but Alpha, I wouldn't think, would be alone in this scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's another part of this, which I'll kind of explain too on this theory. So, getting into, okay, let's say she did not see Alpha, right? How does Gamma know about them being in the cave? So here's my theory on this. In the 10-beat promo, we see Beta walking to a Winnebago, jumping down into it, going into a cave, right? So I'm wondering if Beta is going into that cave to check on the Horde. And he sees our group stranded in there. He begins to rile up the walkers to go after them. That's what gets our people, they got to get out of that cave as fast as they can. Beta could then go back to Alpha, tell her, hey, we have them trapped, right? Gamma overhears that and makes the decision
on her own.
I have to go to Alexandria and help them.
Yeah.
That could work.
Which does support our theory that Gamma fully now crosses over to our side. Simply because we said the moment she goes to Alexandria is the moment she loses Alpha's complete trust.
Right.
I don't think Alpha completely trusts her right now.
Yeah.
But the moment she goes to Alexandria, it's gone. But that's very interesting, because how does Gamma know that our group is there?
And then you could say, well, it could be different to where where Alpha planned this whole thing and basically told Gamma to take our group to that location where Alpha would be, to chase them into the cave. And
then that supports Alpha being there. And that supports Carol not hallucinating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of reverting it back to then she didn't hallucinate.
We're both going.
Yeah, Gamma knew about it, and then she makes a decision. Yeah. Either she makes a decision to defect and go tell the Alexandrians what's happening, or it's still part of Alpha's plan to draw them out. It could go either way. I mean, just by looking at the scene, it just doesn't seem like it's real, because everyone behind her doesn't see her. Daryl would have...
Well, if that's the case, how do we really even believe that Daryl and them are with her?
You
see what I'm saying?
You could say that, but I think that part's
maybe
real,
our group goes and looks for Carol because she's missing. And then falls in the cave as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing of when we were talking about Jerry, and there's people like, well, the only two that we haven't seen are Connie and Jerry. Did something happen in the cave, or... Yeah.
Something definitely happens in the cave.
Yeah.
But
so
we have another video.
But like you said, I mean, if nobody's really there.
But it was really telling. Like, I didn't actually catch that, and thank you. Tells you we don't rehearse these videos. So, him looking away and that shot right there, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
because Daryl is not going to look away when Alpha's there.
Yeah, and Connie, and like I said, you saw the Connie part too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Connie also leaning over, like, what is she looking at? Oh, I can't see anything, right? Nothing.
I don't think that's as telling as Daryl.
Daryl's the biggest.
Because Connie could be looking at, like, okay, what is she looking at? Oh shit, there's Alpha, and you don't really see a reaction from Connie,
right?
Other than running after her when Carol runs.
Right. Yeah, the biggest. Now I don't know if Daryl said don't. I think he just said hey.
He said don't.
Does he?
I believe so.
Well, let's go back and look.
Hey! Yeah!
Okay, so he doesn't say don't. He says, hey.
And then yells her name.
Carol.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. I could have swore he said don't. Wow. That is really bad. To me, that's hallucination right there.
Yeah, because at first, like, she was looking, and he was, Daryl was like, hey, we got to stick together. She was like, I'll meet you guys there. And he's like, no, we're sticking together. That's why they stayed around. And yeah, I mean, from the evidence, I'm strongly thinking that she's not even there. Alpha wasn't there. But it could go both ways. I mean, we've given you guys kind of both sides of the aisle, but I don't know.
Man, that's bad.
I don't think she's there.
And how does Gamma find out? I mean, I get
that's the biggest thing.
I get your point right there.
That'll be the biggest tell.
We know that Beta goes underground.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually believing you. I think he finds that our group is there and sees that shot of them there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just what I thought of. Like, Alpha says, hey, go check on the Horde. And he goes in the Horde, and he goes to this opening, and he sees our group just chilling up there. And he's like, maybe
they might or maybe drag this out even more, because Gamma knows or believes that the Herd was somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Gamma finds out it wasn't there, then goes to Alpha to find out that it was moved.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes to check on that Herd, finding our group there.
Or maybe she goes and checks?
Yeah.
Does she have that level of authority? She is Gamma, but I don't know about with Alpha, kind of her trust issue with Gamma.
I think I'm going Beta probably checks on it.
Yeah.
Dude,
isn't that sick?
That's sick.
I mean, there were also rumors like maybe Beta had kidnapped Lydia, and Lydia's down in that wherever Beta goes in that Winnebago thing.
Yeah.
You know, that could work too, but I doubt it.
It also feeds into why did we get the hallucinations earlier in the season?
Mm-hmm.
Because without this, her hallucinations were pointless.
Yeah.
This now feeds into the fact that Carol was broken, she was hallucinating, and she was not in a good spot.
Right.
And this feeds into that. And it makes it worth what we saw earlier in the season.
And it could help to bring her out of this, because as they're sitting in this cave, and maybe she only admits this to Daryl. Like she's like, I guess I didn't see her. Because Daryl would have been like, I didn't see Alpha. I was looking the same direction you were. Maybe she finally breaks down and tells Daryl, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I never meant for any of this to happen. Meaning everything, all my hallucinations, everything that I've been trying to do.
That's got to eat away at you. Because if you're Carol, you're thinking even the person that strung you up in the freaking thing was fake.
Yeah, because she doesn't know if that's real.
She would know.
Yeah, she doesn't know if that's real either. Because
that's brutal.
I think it's a big mind game that's happening, and I'm going to stamp my approval right now until I hear and see otherwise.
I'm changing my mind.
She did not see Alpha.
I actually never really believed that it was the other way, but
yeah.
I didn't know what to believe. Like it's kind of.
We wanted to show you the evidence, so you guys can decide for yourselves. But I'm on board to say Alpha was not there. She just ran off. Everyone else ran after her. And they ended up where they were because she hallucinated that entire event.
That's sick.
and that could play into Jerry's death if he gets bitten.
Yeah,
her guilt talking with Ezekiel,
Carol's guilt is going to be big after the events of the cave, and I think it is solely because of Jerry. So I am fully on board. Could you imagine? Connie wasn't in that picture either. Could you imagine if Connie gets killed? What kind of animosity that would have between Daryl and Carol? Huge, because he is getting really close to her.
Yeah, really close.
Oh man, I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope not either. I love Connie. But let us know your thoughts, guys. Let me know not me, but let us know if we are just out of our minds. If you feel that Alpha was there, if you don't from this evidence, let us know in the comments. We want to hear what you think.
If you don't believe that, then slow-mo it and look at Daryl look away and tell me that Daryl would honestly look away if Alpha was in the area.
Right. And from what you guys saw, he was looking in the same direction. So let us know your thoughts, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Stay tuned for more wild and crazy theories of The Walking Dead before February's return. I'm Daryl.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.